Hey everyone, today we're going to go over some phone mounts. What spurred this purchase of two new ones is I had this plastic one on a tripod and the tripod fell over and the phone just popped out. Which might be a good thing because if it didn't pop out, the phone might have taken the impact totally and been destroyed. But the phone works, right? Because it popped out. So there's good and bad to this kind of cheap plastic one. This is by Ulanzi. So I'm shooting this video on an old Galaxy A7 and it is the identical to this that's holding this thing. But that A7 is not in a phone case, so it works fine. The issue is, this doesn't actually have much grip area. It's only 10 millimeters, so that's not very good. Here's an old phone. So if you don't use a case, it's okay. You can see this lip is actually, trapping it. But here's a relatively thin quad lock case on my S10, and that's why the phone fell out. It's just too close to the edge. It overcame the springs and it popped out. And maybe it didn't break, maybe because it was in this case. Anyhow, so I think I'm going to get away from these plastic ones. They're quick and easy, but not useful with a case. This one does have an insert on the back and the bottom, so, and some sort of shoe groove there. On other times I use this one. This is another Ulanzi, and it's CNC'd, and you can see now this thing has a much wider V to hold a much wider phone, basically a phone with a case. It's like 16 millimeters if I had to guess, maybe even 17 millimeters. It depends how much, if you consider the rubber important or not, which I do. But unfortunately, there was a different spring in here, and I don't know where it went. Somehow I took it apart and it got lost. So this is not the spring it comes with, but you kind of need the spring to push back as you open this thing up, right? And I've been using this for several years. Amazingly, these rubber pads have not broken loose. So I guess it's just because you're compressing. So relatively quick open and close. You only have a thread on the bottom though, nothing on this side here or up here. So yeah. Okay, so this one here, these two came today. This just came in this box. It was in a bag as well. I already took it out, obviously. It says Camolo, and then it's all CNC'd aluminum, and it's got this easy lock. That locks it right there. Undo it, and the springs are internal, so they cannot be lost. Unless you take it apart, of course, like I did on that one, being an idiot. But let's see here. So let's see. It's tight. Quarter turn. Oh, not even a quarter turn, right? So if you want something really easy to adjust, right? Just a tiny amount opens and closes it. So that's really good for if you're in need of a quick mount, maybe. All right. So now this is around 17 millimeters, I would say, and then it's got a threaded insert. Well, not an insert. Sorry, just a threaded hole for a camera stud, and this one on the bottom as well, but also GoPro tabs. So yes, if you have a GoPro mount on a bike or something like that, helmet, whatever, this will work, and it just folds away. Although granted, oh, you know what, it's magnetic. That's a great design. Yeah, look at this, a little magnet. It's magnetizing to that bolt. And these bolts must, and here the black ones must be holding the, well, no, I thought it would have something to do with the springs. Oh yeah, there's a parting line here, so if you take those two out, this will open up, the springs will fly off, and you'll get lost. Little pivot holes there. So yeah, this is pretty sweet. Yeah, it also has it looks like a rifle rail, but it looks wider than a rifle rail, so I don't know. Maybe this is meant to go into like a big camera clamp, shoe clamp or something like that. Alright, well, oh, and also, just like the plastic one, I guess you can slide in some sort of small shoe or something into this groove. That's impressive. I like this one. That's cool. This XILETU or XILETU XJ-8 came in this bag, came in this box, and then finally it has like a warranty card and some quality QC things. So, all right, let's get rid of that stuff. And so this has a really quick thread. Pretty long purchase on this grip as well. So it feels very high quality. And it must be greased and stuff in there as well. I don't know if I don't think there are any springs in there. It's just the threading itself. But yeah, okay. And then it also has rubber pads like everything else. And this one is I would say a grip of 16.5 millimeters or so. Yeah, you can decide for yourself there. Maybe 16. Anyways, all these metal ones I think are fine if you have a case, at least for my kind of case. So there's a threaded hole here for your camera stud, you know, this kind of thing here. All right, one on the bottom as well, one on the side, two on this, one on each side, and then the little insert for that little small shoe thing, and then it's got a leveling bevel. So this thing is oh, and also this groove, probably to go into a larger camera shoe thing. So that's actually, this thing is loaded to the max. The only thing it's missing is the GoPro mount. But interesting. Okay, so I'm not sure if this isn't really that important, but if you're traveling lightweight and you're checking your luggage, a plastic one is only like 27 grams. This metal Ulanzi is 97, give or take a few, because I have a different spring in there. This thing is 94, so pretty similar. Whoa, 110, so that's the heaviest. But it's got the most features, it looks like. Okay, so now let's go and start testing this out. Yeah, pretty quick. Well, actually, we should see how big of a object you can put in here. Oh, look at this. So that's where it broke loose. I think you gotta have at least that much. So I'm gonna say maybe, it really depends if it fits that curvature, but you might be able to get like 94 millimeters in there. Okay, it does have like a center mark for some reason. I'm not sure what reason, but I guess it doesn't hurt to have it. It's also nice to know that it, you know, what brand it is and what model number it is in case someone asks you. Alright, let's get back to this. So a phone with no case. Yeah, obviously you can tighten it and probably break your phone, but with the rubber pads there's no way that's going to fall out. And being the same, if not bigger, width, it's easily going to hold this thing. Yeah, again, no problem. Very cool. Alright, yeah, thumbs up on that one. XILETU. Okay, so now we have to do the quick flip, and let's see how far we can stretch this out. And then I guess I'll lock it in place at its maximum. I guess that's the maximum. Well, the grooves are 102, but no phone is going to actually be that narrow, so it's kind of hard to say. If I maybe just go to flat, or the edge to edge, at 93.5 millimeters is what you're guaranteed to get in there. So now this phone's all junk, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to just undo this and let's see how much pressure it has. Whoa. I don't know. I don't think that'll break your phone, but maybe if you did that a lot, it might be an issue. So you notice it's not actually locked. The springs are really tight. Combined with those rubber things, you don't even need to lock this. So that's convenient. That's very convenient. But it also takes force to get it out of there. Okay, so now this one. So yeah, I don't know. Can this be done with one hand? Maybe. Well, I guess I just did it, but I think very often you're gonna just use two hands to get a phone into this thing. But again, it's not even locked, and there's no way that thing's moving. But obviously, if you're paranoid, right, you just lock it. So this is the one if you want to put. That's why it has a GoPro mount. This is for the extreme situations, impacts, and the like. All right, so but a little more difficult to get in and out. Yeah, all right. And yeah, this one, I guess I'll just show you again. Yeah, right, it's CNC'd, so it's not gonna go anywhere. So I suppose that's it. These all look like stainless rods, stainless screws, stainless hardware, and then the body is aluminum, so I don't think any of these are gonna rust, you know, or corrode really. So I think all three of them are gonna last you a good amount of time. You will notice, and this also, I guess, would affect its performance, is this is only 27 millimeters wide. This one is more like 37, 38, something, depends if you're rounding up or down. And this one is closer to 38 for sure. So you're distributing the load across more of your phone. This one, you know, you're possibly, if you're ham-fisted, you might break your phone case, you know, putting so much pressure through such a narrow area. But I suppose this one is probably the most logical design to spread the weight, right? Because it's not a V, so it's trying to distribute the load across not only the width-wise, but you know, the amount on the side of your phone. Whereas this being a V, it's going to center your phone a lot easier, but theoretically, it's only 4 contact points, 2 on each side, right? You might get more than, you might actually get 1, 2, 3 or something on this, 6. Hard to say. So there seems to be good and bad about all of them. Yeah, I guess if you stripped out a hole on any 4 of these, you can't replace it, right? This is a melted in insert. These are literally just CNC machined. But I'm not sure if it's even, is it even possible to strip one of these threads? I've never done it, but I'm not a photographer. It's such a coarse thread. I kind of find it, I think it'd probably be hard to cross thread it, but leave a comment, you know, for everyone, including myself. Teach us. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna probably switch these out. Or my tripod obviously needs one of these, and maybe some other tripods as well. So I will leave you links if I can find them from AliExpress. I'm sure I'll be able to find a link, but you know, maybe Amazon or eBay as well. It could be an outlet for you. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you in the next random product review.